Well, there you all are. Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for wanting to spend some time with us on a Saturday evening. And thank you very much for always wanting to be here on Saturday night when I get things pumped up here and get all the technical aspects of the program to go live. It's always good to see a lot of people coming in, and we're seeing more and more people coming in as of late. That shows me a lot of people are leaving the Watchtower. Well, we have our program called Touched by the Tentacles of the Watchtower, and we have got Anne Marie out of Northern California. Well, she'll be coming on. She hosts the program. She does a fantastic job. And I want you to call Anne Marie tonight. You can see the telephone number right there on YouTube and Facebook on the bottom of your screen. So by all means, why don't you make it an effort tonight? Anne Marie would love that. If you'd call into the program, she gets a lot of people calling in, and it's in real time. So if you have been touched by the tentacles of the Watchtower and you have a story to tell, if you just want to let people know your feelings on how you were treated in the Watchtower, well, we'd all love to hear it. So give Anne Marie a call, and we're going to bring Anne Marie on right now. Hello, Anne Marie.
Hello, my brother Rick. Happy Six Green Saturday.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I can't believe how fast these Six Green Saturdays come up. And of course, we have Six Green Sunday tomorrow. So, boy, I'll tell you what, though, Anne Marie, it is really unbelievable to see the Watchtower on life support. I mean, seriously, they are doing everything they can to stop the hemorrhage. They are just they're in free fall. They really are, Anne Marie. It's unbelievable what's happening in that organization.
Well, the Bible does say, I think it's Luke 8:17, that there is nothing hidden that won't become manifest and nothing carefully concealed that will never become known and not come out in the open. And remember, the Watchtower always said, God is not one to be mocked. Whatever a man is sowing, this he will also reap. Honey, we are watching Watchtower reaping and reaping.
You got it. I'm with you, Anne Marie. Well, listen, I'll cut you loose. You do your thing. I'm here if you need me, but you got an audience already, so keep the wheels moving.
Oh, thank you, my brother Rick. Want to welcome everyone into the show. Today is November 15th, 2025. This is the first show of our beautiful Six Greens weekend. Touched by the Tentacles of the Watchtowers, we all were. Welcome so much to everyone, all my brothers and sisters. I always want to reach out and welcome the PIMQs who may be listening, those who are physically in the Watchtower but mentally questioning. As Rick has said, those who are doubting, they're not comfortable, they know something's wrong, but they're afraid to think too much. We welcome the PIMOs, those physically in but mentally out. They have already done the research. They know the truth about the Watchtower, but they're trying to keep playing the faithful Watchtowerite game because they have families and they don't want to lose their family, their marriage, their children, their grandparents, their friends, whatever. We welcome everyone who has actually made it out of the cult, but we do carry our scars, don't we? It's called Touched by the Tentacles of the Watchtower. If you've been burned, even though you're away from the fire, you do still carry scars to one degree or another. We're here to share with one another. Last week, November 1st, 2025, on Touched by the Tentacles of the Watchtower, our theme for the show was toxicity in the Watchtower, toxic people in the Watchtower. And it was a really enjoyable show for me. I enjoyed all the people that came on and shared and gave their examples, their experiences of experiencing toxicity in the Watchtower. And it was kind of really sad to me, the relations of stories, how they were treated so meanly. I mean, I thought I'd heard it all, but just meanness and coldness, and it's almost like they enjoy hurting you and feeling so trapped. And what an opposite it was. What an opposite of true love and spiritual paradise. It was really, really toxic. And we all know that the other word for toxic, the synonym for toxic is poison. Poison. We were breathing it, we were smelling it, we were hearing it, we were eating it. They call spiritual food. You all, I would like to do a little recap on last show 2 weeks ago, November 1st, 2025, on the toxicity in the Watchtower, because I just couldn't get over all of the things that different people were sharing. David and Stephen and Pixie and Nicole. Boy, Nicole really had a story. Oh, boy. It was just amazing. Anybody want to share, chime in, say hello, have a thought to share, please feel free. This, as always, is your show. It's Star 6. Anyone feel like speaking up, if I may, feel free. So last show in the, go ahead, is somebody wanting to speak? Sorry, I'm hearing a bit of an echo, so I'm not sure if somebody is trying to speak. I don't ever want to interrupt anyone. Last week when we were doing the show about toxicity in the Watchtower, I had written just a few notes, and I just kind of wanted to throw that in and then kind of continue with that theme just a little bit. On last show's theme, toxic people in the Watchtower, or toxicity in the Watchtower, I remember that our dear brother Eric mentioned a while back about how toxic Jehovah's Witnesses can truly, truly be. And I was thinking, you know, like in what ways? What ways were some Jehovah's Witnesses toxic? And I remember, I think he said, or maybe it was someone else said, within their silver lining, you know, the hope and the fake spiritual paradise and the fake friendships and the fake love and the fake everything that was supposed to be so great about being in the Watchtower. He said within their silver lining is a very, very dark cloud. And it's almost like you have to keep lying to yourself. You have to keep lying to your heart and lying to your soul and lying to your spirit, reminding yourself how fortunate you are to be in Jehovah's organization. But deep down, you know it's all fake. Hello, my love. Who's this?
It's Nicole.
I've been thinking about you for 2 weeks, girl. I still can't get over what you were sharing with us last show. How are you?
I'm okay. So, do you want to hear something that may be borderline toxic? So, okay. My husband is still an active witness, but he went to the meeting on Wednesday, and of course, I didn't go. And so the very next day, they paid us a visit. Well, I was not at home because I went to work. Now, for about a little over a month, maybe 2 months, nobody showed up at our door. Even though my husband is still an active witness, he is not actively going to the meetings. He does get onto the Zoom to participate, but he does not, very rare he goes to the hall. But he did go on Wednesday, and the very next day, they showed up at the door, not for him, but for me, to question me as to why I'm not out at the meetings. And of course, he told them that I have been questioning the activities of Jehovah's Witnesses. And so they again wants to meet with me. Now, is that not toxic? What do you think?
Anything that is trying to control you and they're threatening, of course, we all know that's toxic because they take your freedom away. It's how dare you not conform and perform. It's a cult, just like in the Nazi regime. It's all about loyalty to the party. Right, Nicole? You feel that.
Yeah. So I was was surprised that he went into a little more detail. Like he gave them information as what I've been questioning, and stuff like that. And so because of him letting them know what has been going on in my mind over the last 2 years. Yeah, over the last 2 years, I think they want to take it to the next level now. I think that's what's going on. They want to take it to the next level where I meet with them and have a discussion and they bring me back into the fold or something of the sort. So yeah, I don't feel stressed as I used to before, knowing that they want to meet with me because I am not going to be meeting with them. I'm just not going to do it. So I don't feel the stress that I used to feel before. But I think it's still toxic. Maybe not so much to me, but I think it's toxic towards my husband. That's what I think, because he's feeling a bit pressured now. That's what I think.
Exactly. He knows it's wrong, but it's like you have to be all in or all out, and they will push you. They will push you and manipulate you and use veiled threats and manipulation. I think their manipulation is just so disgusting. Nicole, I feel for you. I don't know who I feel for more, because your husband must be having a really difficult internal struggle, the turmoil. That's why I always pray for the PIMQs, those who are physically in but mentally questioning. They're not comfortable. They know something is wrong, but they're trying to hang on to that belief that, this is Jehovah's organization. This is the truth. We're the only true religion. And it's like they can't keep lying to themselves. And the more they try, it's like an addict that keeps chasing that high that made them feel everything was so good. It just doesn't work. Sooner or later, they're going to have to kick a sand. And I do feel for your husband. And I think it's wonderful that you are so cognizant of what your husband is facing. Oh, definitely. You've got it right on.
All right, thanks, Anne-Marie. So I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to listen in on this show. Thanks so much.
Oh, Nicole, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. Would anyone like to hit *6 and say hello or comment on what Nicole shared? Feel free.
Hey, Anne-Marie.
Well, hello. Who's there?
It's RJ.
There's my RJ. How are you?
I'm good. I called in 2 weeks ago. I missed last week.
Yeah, no, I remember you called in. Yeah.
I guess we're talking about toxic behavior in the Watchtower.
Exactly. There were so.
You probably could have a weekly show about that.
Oh, well, I don't know if that would hold up. Rick has a lot of shows on the 6 screens, but Cut by the Tentacles is every 2 weeks, and we try to have a theme that everyone can relate to, and we can share our thoughts about. So what's on your mind today, RJ?
I'm just thinking about since being out, like how open-minded you get, and you can't believe that you were as closed-minded to be like a subservient Jehovah's Witness at one time.
Especially when at the time you didn't even realize you were closed-minded. It's like, I think it was George Maxwell, a very well-known researcher. I think he's the one that said, a closed mind is like a parachute. If it's not open, it won't work. And what happens when you're going by a parachute that doesn't work? You don't realize. It's like when you're hypnotized and you're really completely under hypnosis. You don't realize you're under hypnosis. And how many faithful cult members have you ever known or heard of that really know they're in a faithful cult member will deny to his last breath that they're in a cult? It's just that crazy. You're right. We didn't know we weren't open-minded.
Yeah, I heard the word cult thrown around but it was like water off a duck's back to me back then.
I didn't even know the Watchtower really was a cult. I had been told it was.
Yeah, when you were in, did you have like any red flags that you still believed, but you're like, hey, wait a minute?
Yeah. Part of the programming of the mind control programming of Watchtowers to program your brain to have an automatic reaction to anybody who tries to tell you the truth about the Watchtower. And one of the things, if anybody tried to tell you you were in a cult, it was automatic knee-jerk reaction because of the programming to see them as an instrument of Satan who was trying to get you to leave Jehovah.
And you know what I think that is, Anne-Marie, is you buy the whole bit. You don't subscribe to everything they believe sometimes. Like, they keep some really out there stuff, but you're just like, well, the rest of it's good, so I won't talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know if Rick's there, but I'm wondering if the in and out of your phone is my phone, or are you driving, or I don't know if it's me or if it's your phone, RJ. And only Rick would know if it's me. It's almost always me.
It's
Yeah, it's coming out a little bit. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, no, I hear you, just a little in and out. But, yeah, how long have you been out of the Watchtower, RJ?
It's been about 15 years.
15 years, wow. That's about the
Yeah, I
time that
really was only, I was born in, my family was in, but I left when I was about 21 years old.
Oh, thank God you weren't too old. Have you noticed the older you get, the more difficult it is to leave because it's more and more ingrained? Oh, I'm glad you got out. Did you ever get an education?
There was a video posted recently. Do you know XJW Caleb, his channel? Or is it XJW Panda? One of those. He did the philosophical question of, are witnesses morally good people? And it makes you wonder if people can put up with lies like they saw 1975 come and go, and they stuck with it. Like some of that responsibility is on them for staying in.
I know, isn't that strange? They pulled me back into the cult because it was January 1975, and they told me if I didn't come back, Armageddon was coming and my children were going to die, my unborn baby was going to die, and their blood would be on my hands because I didn't want to take a stand for Jehovah. But you're right, Armageddon didn't come, and it's like I didn't even notice it. It was all about be faithful to Jehovah, no matter what they...
I was guilty of that too, because there was like time in my life when I was in where I was spinning my tires, but I didn't reevaluate. I didn't say, does this bring me joy? Am I having fun? Is this a good use of my time? I didn't like weigh it out like a logical person would. I just did it to do it, and I doubled down on it and got more into it.
Right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Yeah,
Anne-Marie?
G.
Hey, yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Or it might be my phone. This is Kurt. Hey, how are you tonight?
Well, I'm doing well. Am I coming in okay for you?
I can hear you now really good. I thought you were breaking up there a little bit. You got a good topic going, toxicity, toxic in the Watchtower. And I was thinking, confusion in the minds of people in the Watchtower. It's probably confusion would be a key word, and I think that would be toxic. We're adult people, the adults in the congregation particularly, that deals with the changes that are made in policy and doctrine quite often. And for my 2 cents, it's never really a good explanation when the changes are made. It's just a matter of the governing body takes a vote, they discuss it, take a vote, I guess, and they make changes. And so that confusion, I'm speaking only for myself, I can't speak for other people, that confusion to me would have some toxicity to it, not fully knowing why something was changed. On Monday, they looked at it one way, and then on Wednesday, they changed it in a governing body meeting. So, yeah, that toxicity from confusion in the minds of especially the adults in the congregations. So I wanted to bring that up and say hello to you. And, so I'll go back to mute so other people, you always got a bunch of people wanting to talk to you. So I'll go back to mute, and you take care of yourself. Thank you, Anne Marie. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Kurt, thank you so much for coming on. I always love hearing from you. And I really appreciate your bringing up confusion of the mind. That is something that, I try to think of things, but I don't think of the good stuff like you guys do. Confusion of the mind, especially when we have those ingrained catchwords and catchphrases like new understanding, and now you have to adjust your thinking, and keeping up with Jehovah's Chariot, and, new light, and all of these things that make us feel like we just have to keep up with whatever they say is truth. That's the truth. If tomorrow is different, then it's different tomorrow. But today, this is the truth. Tomorrow, it might be something different, but you have to show your loyalty to Jehovah, aka the Watchtower organization, by keeping up with whatever they tell you to believe. That's what you have to believe. If you don't, you're an apostate, and you could lose your standing, your friends, even your own family, over not keeping up with whatever they tell you. And that's frightening, that people would willingly say that's okay because they've been programmed that that's how you show your loyalty to Jehovah. It's all in the name of Jehovah. And the funny thing is, if any cult member, any Watchtower cult member had heard of any other religion having the same scenario, they would like, oh my God, don't they see if they're in a cult? How could they believe all that? But yet when it's them, it's amazing, but it's true. And you know what they say? There's nothing stranger than the truth. Really, you can't make this up. But anything
they dispense salvation. Under the Robert Lipton book, and Linda James knew exactly the page number. I was impressed. But in the Robert Lipton material, he talks about cults dispensing salvation. And this is what the governing body is doing. They are doing a paragraph called dispensing salvation. Now, no mortal man can do that, but this is the technique they use. They've used it for a long time. Now, I have a friend that left the Methodist for a different Methodist church, and then she left altogether, and she's still a Methodist, but she doesn't attend anymore. They didn't make her go all through hoops and things. She just decided not to attend anymore. Now, I think the witnesses, they make us go through all kinds of hoops, as why aren't you attending, and this and that, and then, of course, the shunning and disfellowship thing, because they are dispensing salvation. If I still lived in my little town and I decided to switch churches, it wouldn't be a big deal. Only at the Kingdom Hall.
Yep. In the real world, we're supposed to be able to follow our own conscience.
Yeah. And if I wanted to go from being Methodist to going to the Episcopal, No, they shake my hand in both places and welcome me, or encourage me that I might enjoy it down there.
Yeah, that is so, so true. And it's so funny when I used to remember the Watchtower bragging about how they fought for freedom of religion. And I'm like, oh, how wonderful in God's organization. But what they really fought for was freedom for them to do what they want in the name of freedom of religion. We never had freedom of religion. They suck you in with honey and hearts and flowers. But then when they've caught you, it's just like the Eagles Hotel California. You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave.
That's right. But they did have about 500 cases that there's a book. And my sweetie read it in law school. It's not a book printed by the witnesses. There were 500 precedent cases, and many went to the U.S. Supreme Court about the First Amendment and about what freedom of religion means. And when the witnesses won on these cases, it was good icing for every religion. It was good icing for every citizen that they won. But now, if the court system looks at them now, they're not the darlings of the court anymore. We had respect at one time, and these cases were very important. But now it's nickeling and diming and criminal and all kinds of stuff. It's really embarrassing.
As always, you bring up really good and valid points and information. Thank you, Pixie. You are so correct. We used to, as an organization, have respect. They might have thought witnesses were kind of weird, but they did respect Jehovah's Witnesses. Now it has become the biggest poop-smelling, disgusting pile of shame. Anything you wanted to add, Pixie? Anybody else like to call in and comment? This is your show. Hey, background.
Yeah, hello, Anne Marie.
Well, hello, Ken. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Just taking it one day at a time here. I couldn't get in too much in the past and everything like that, but hopefully tonight we'll have. I'll just have a few minutes and take a few minutes of your time here. Yeah, I have not been able to get a hold of Jay lately. Everything's been pretty hectic here, but I'm going to keep on trying to see how he's doing. So, and yeah, I just want to comment on the Watchtower Society in a little bit here, and we've been losing anywhere from in the past 10 years or so, anywhere from 4,000 a year to 10,000 churches around the country. And the Deep South has especially been hit hard with a lot of closing of churches and all that. And that was because of lack of attendance. Some of it had to do with pedophilia cases. But the Watchtower Society right now, with their pedophilia cases, they've been getting hit in the bigger cities and everything like that quite a bit. But I got a little case here that I don't know if they'll ever have it on the news or not, because there's so much of it going on now. But in Kenai, Alaska, there was a guy that was arrested for Aaron Scott Merritt for 20 felony counts of sex crimes involving 4 girls, 5 to 13. And according to what I read on the internet, evidently that church is going to close where he was going was going to close after this. So it's on the internet there, Kenai, Alaska. So the reason I brought that up is we don't hear that much from Alaska. We don't hear that much for rural areas. But now this time we did. And I'm just hoping that we hear more and more of this, of their being exposed in the rural areas. I don't care what the reason is. I hope it's not because of criminal sexual conduct, but we hope that they start waking up in the rural areas right now, because right here in the Upper Peninsula, they're holding their own. for everything. So, and there's another case too that's in Germany. I'm going to have to do some research on that yet. I don't know if Mr. Farron will have it on the news or not, but there was a murder involved there in regards to the JWs. So that was just recent. So the Watchtower Society is not doing as good as it used to do. And like Mr. Farron, Mr. Farron is right in the fact that there's more and more people leaving, and that they're being less and less influential throughout the world, which is good news. Now, you mentioned earlier the Watchtower used to preach a lot that what you sow, what you reap. Well, you know, my response to that is they should have taken that advice. So.
Well, they're all on reception, deception, and control, and everything they do to keep everybody in submission, keep them serving, keep them recruiting, keep them giving money, free labor, property, jewelry, paintings. It's all about any way they can to benefit them. But it's just nice to see. They were going, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and now I don't think they can stop the snowball of their fall.
No, if we in the past few years here lost anywhere from 4,000 to 10,000 churches a year of other denominations for various reasons, primarily lack of attendance and lack of interest, but there is some other, pedophilia too, and other things played a part in it. How are they going to survive, or how are they going to come forward? I don't think they're going to progress. I think, well, like I always said, and other people have always said too, we know they're going to fall. It's not a matter of if, just when.
I just want to be around to see it. We're getting old over here.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting old too, and everything like that. I'm going on 77 now, so I just hope that I live to see it too, because I'm really outraged over the way that organized religion turned out here. And I'm outraged over the fact that the JWs turned out the way they did too. After I was friendly with them for quite a while, then I found out what a foul organization they were.
Yeah, you're not supposed to find that out. They will turn on you like a viperous-spitting snake.
I've got first-hand experience, not as much as maybe other people do, but I've got first-hand experience on it. But I'm glad I found them out when I did, so.
Yeah, too many of us, or maybe our parents or grandparents, got sucked in by the lies and the clever manipulation of their very successful recruiting program, and just get sucked in, and then it's all the opposite. You think you're joining something so great, like being told that, got to let your worldly family go because they're serving Satan, even though they don't know it. And Jesus said in the Bible that you'd get a new family, a spiritual family, and it was all lies. It was lies. They made me turn on the only family that was ever there for me.
Well, don't forget there's a bit of humor about the Job and everything like that. Had 3 false friends. Who were his 3 false friends? His congressman and 2 U.S. senators.
Yeah. At least they didn't accuse him of being an apostate or disfellowship him. Watchtower to me stands alone as far as how disgusting they are, because while they do so much cruelty and so much evil and ruin so many lives and shatter so many relationships and tear apart so many families, they do it in the name of God.
Yeah.
And treat you like you're the evil one.
Yeah. Well, our Constitution says we got freedom of religion, but that does not cover fraud and abuse. It does not cover committing felonies in the name of God. It does not, it does not protect or apply to doing wrongdoing to other people. Freedom of religion means you practice freedom of religion, but not at the expense of others or not in the name of doing evil to others. So,
Yeah, well, you know as well as I do, my dear brother, that Watchtower has its own set of cult rules. And when push comes to shove, their word is the law, even above what God's word, the Bible says.
yeah. Yeah, well, like I've always said, and over here, the Watchtower Society puts themselves above the laws of God. They put themselves above the laws of the Constitution. They put themselves above the Constitution. They put themselves above the laws of the land and everything like that. So, I mean, a religious society is supposed to respect the laws of the land as long as it doesn't conflict with their religious beliefs.
That's
I would
where
like
they
to
get it.
add to the conversation, and I would
Thank
like
you,
to mention.
Ken.
Okay, well,
Ken,
nice
thank you.
talking to you and so forth.
Thank
Let's
you,
take the
Ken.
next caller.
Thank
So,
you, Ken.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Take
Ken.
care.
Who's this, buddy? Thank you. You too, my
I
brother.
would
Thank you
like-
for calling. Who's this,
I don't know.
brother?
I don't know who I am. I'm not sure. No, I'm kidding. I'm King of the
Oh,
Dot,
my God. It's King of the Dot.
but I'm not sure who
Where's
I really
he
am.
been?
That's the problem. I can't answer your question without lying. But I wanted to say to the last guy, and I don't hear people emphasizing this enough. One of the major prophecies Watchtower had was that the waters of Babylon would dry up. Do you remember that? And that was
Oh, my God. That was
all the false religions, especially the Christian religions they consider false. And guess what? That has been an abject failure. In fact, religion's growing more now in this country than it has in like the last 25 years. And they won't address it. But like here, we have religious wars in our area. We've got non-denominationals are taking over so many of the congregants of huge Baptist churches. They're very upset the Baptists are. Well, the non-denominationals are not focusing on doctrine. They're focusing on Jesus Christ. And that's what people want to hear. They're not telling people to commit sins or endorsing sinful conduct. It's really incredible what's going on here. It's like a renaissance of Christianity. I'm not a Charlie Kirk person, okay? But that's part of his movement, I do believe. But he tried to combine it with nationalism or government. That's a bad mixture, religion, politics, you know. But the waters of Babylon have not dried up. And in fact, why do they think Babylon the Great was the religions in the first place? What do you think, Anne-Marie? What's their problem?
I think you're bringing up that the whole teaching was so convoluted, and we just like agreed with it. I told. Oh my God! Thank you for bringing that up. I had forgotten that. I just remember as a kid.
They've gotten off scot-free of that false prophecy. I mean,
They always seem to be. Yeah.
We need to hold them to account for all that falsehood. There are more Catholics now than there have ever been. They're like 1 billion strong now. I mean, God.
What was interesting to me last week was King Charles going to see the Pope, and they had a wonderful time. And now major press is saying, was this the end of the Reformation after 500 years?
It's crazy.
So maybe it was the end of the Reformation after 500 years.
Well, they're super fine all the time. That's what Watchtower is. And now they're trying to ditch some of their super fine crap. You know, they're like the Marines of Christianity, you know, or the Pharisees. What can I say? Well, how
They're
that works?
Pharisees. They're very Pharisaical. If Bob Marley were still with us, he'd say it's all Babylon.
Yeah, well, a lot of people like to ex-witnesses like to think they're Babylon the Great. But in reality, I'm going to tell you what I think. And I'm not making a prophecy, but if you look at everything connected with Babylon the Great in Revelation, it sounds like it's the United States of America. And getting out of her, my people, is a physical getting out. That's all I got to say about that, Anne-Marie. And I'll let people spear me and fry me. But I'm going to let you go for now.
God. I love when you cook on the King of the Dots. I love your comments. All you guys bring out good stuff. Don't go away, please. I love you. Come on.
You
Pixie, did you have anything to ask? Yes.
Wait, well, let me ask permission of my wife if you won't let me go. Let me ask permission, okay? No, I'm kidding.
Again,
You asked for it. I'm going to do a poem since you won't let me go, okay?
Oh.
All right, you asked for it, okay? You ready? The title is Always More. The age of excess has been far from a roaring success. Your wildest dreams were just ego and pandering. Always more became a religious model that turned you into a whore. We can't have just one novel doctrine. Let's add 10 more, 10, 20 more, and more until the opulence became a worldwide stench. Make the very name of God a bore. Enough already. Can we get back to a time when less was more? People rarely owned the Bible, but went to a revival. They had the 10 Commandments and a river dunking to guide them. But then the big city religious carpetbaggers moved in with the age of theocratic excess. More led to less. Watch out when the pendulum swings. It may hit you while you're praying. It's time to reduce the religious clutter. Cut the theo fat as the arrogant fatheads devise. Maybe you should even get yourself untelevised. Jesus was a simple man, and he didn't carry a Bible with him. But he had a lot to say in a simple way. No novel doctrines, no complex maze, just focus on God as we live out our days. Not hundreds of complex doctrines which clutter your spirituality away, because always more is no longer making anyone stay.
Wow. I'm trying to write down what you said. I love what you said about Jesus. He had a little. Oh, stop it. I love what you said. That was good. That was good. Always more. I like what you said.
True. What's more than that, it was true. It's probably truer than anything Watchtower said in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm. That was really good, dear. Thank you so much. I like what you said, that Jesus had a lot to say in a simple way. He didn't carry a Bible. He didn't go on and on, but everything he said was amazing, of course. Thank you. And I like what you said about the doctrines. Oh, let's add 10 more. Good, because it's so totally true.
Well, I try to think of something relevant to the situation we're all in, and the situation others will be in if they don't know what the culture is doing. Complicating Christianity to the point where you're never feeling good about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrible way to live, and that's how we were living for so many decades.
Right. Well, that was part of the toxicity that I was listing, that I wanted to share with that, because the toxicity of the Watchtower, the poison of being in the Watchtower, turning us into actual vials of poison ourselves, and the way we treated our marriage mates, the way we treated others, the way we treated our neighbors, our co-workers, our children, even sometimes those in the congregation. We weren't right. Let me
tell you how right you are. I remember working in a hospital. I got on the elevator with a hospital chaplain. I'm a witness, okay? And I actually felt the need to tell him, you're part of Babylon the Great. You're wicked, and God's going to destroy you. I actually said that to a hospital chaplain. I must have been out of my mind. No, I was a witness.
We were. You were programmed in the tower.
Well, I could talk about myself all night, but guess what? let's talk about you, Anne Marie. When did you get off the island from the 3-day voyage with Gilligan? How long did it take you to get off the island?
I'm not even going to pretend I know what in the heck you're talking about.
You've never watched Gilligan's Island?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows. What is that? I don't
Wasn't
understand.
there somebody named Anne Marie on the island?
No, I
think it was-
believe her name was Mary Ann.
Mary Ann.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm getting you mixed up with Mary Ann. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No worries. No worries. No worries. I just want to make sure if anybody else is wanting to talk. I mean, I'd love to hear
Yeah,
from
I'm just
everyone.
going to end by saying this. I would be talking on Rick's show, but I rarely stay up past 8 o'clock. So it's like, Rick is like Johnny Carson, you know. I can't do it. I just can't stay up, okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
I'm
pretty amazing.
gonna let you go now.
Thank you for coming on, King
You're
of the
welcome.
Dots.
Talking to y'all later.
Thank you for sharing your poem, Always More. That was very good. I appreciated that. Is there anybody that...
Hey, Anne Marie, this is Rick here at the control panel. I believe Joe D'Addario was online listening. Joe, Joe, give me a call on my regular telephone, and I want to talk to you. I'll go out of the studio here so nobody hears it. But Joe D'Addario, give me a call on my regular cell phone, and we'll get you on here coming up soon, probably about 15, 20 minutes. Okay, Anne Marie, sorry, go ahead, go back to your program.
No, thank you so much, my brother. I was afraid I was doing something wrong again. If I can, I wanted to quickly, before anybody else can go ahead. Sorry, I'm hearing echoing, so I thought someone was trying to speak. I was thinking of, besides confusion of the mind, which Kurt so eloquently brought out when we were basically programmed Watchtower robot drones, we didn't even realize that our brain had been taken over because we were programmed to believe what we believe. We were programmed to think a certain way. We were programmed to have certain knee-jerk responses to any challenge, to any of our program beliefs that were heavily indoctrinated into our minds. But some of the symptoms, besides confusion of the mind and not knowing it, having a closed mind and not knowing it, I was thinking of some symptoms or examples of being toxic or being in a toxic environment. A lot of families, I'm sure you guys have all heard by now, examples of toxic families within the Jehovah's Witness organization. Maybe a very overbearing, controlling, and abusive father who is terrible to his children, doesn't let them ask questions, doesn't let them use their own mind or make their own choices. You either do as you're supposed to do in the Watchtower, because Watchtower parents are programmed to program their own children. And if the child in any way shows any kind of an independent mind, asking questions, or but this doesn't make sense, they are automatically put on notice that you better get with the program, basically. We have overbearing moms. Some mothers were very not kind to their children because if they in any way, again, expressed or showed independent thinking, or maybe they wanted to play music, maybe they wanted to, the boy wanted to grow his hair, or the girl wanted to dress a certain way, and it's all about conform and perform or you're bad. I just want to make sure I wasn't cut off.
Hey, Anne Marie.
Yes, who's this?
This is Eric. How you doing?
Eric. My brother Eric?
That's it. You got it.
Oh, how is your
you
beautiful blonde? Oh God, I forgot her name. I'm sorry, I'm so...
Oh, it's okay. It's Audrey. But I actually tried to get a hold of you a while back, but your phone number has changed, or it wasn't the same.
Goodness. Eric, oh my God.
I've just been really busy, but you got a really good subject tonight. Oh, Rick's in the background.
Yeah, I can hear a lot of background Tell me what's on your beautiful, wonderful, miss my brother mind.
You know what I was thinking to add to your show about toxicity? Like, here I am right now. I'm living in Brunswick, Maine, and I live in a little community, and there's like, you know how they stack all the mailboxes all in one spot, and the mailman comes, and you just got a key. Well, there's a little community board, and everyone's allowed to put stuff up with the thumbtacks, and there's stinking tracks, you know, friggin' Watchtower and Awakes, or no, yeah, basically Watchtower and Awakes and tracks up there, right?
Ew.
So I put some of my stickers up there that say Jehovah's Witnesses protect pedophiles and stuff like that. And oh yeah, there's a war now. So Audrey had made her own stuff and printed up how they're involved with Freemasonry and stuff like that. And so we put up our pamphlets and they put up theirs, and I take theirs down and they take ours down. And I was just thinking the toxicity of having to preach your message, like it's so important, you know, or your faith. And they're not the only ones. There's other faiths putting their stuff up there too. But toxicity reaches from family members. Hold on one second. Yep. But anyways, I thought about how toxic family can be, like you guys have been talking about, from the simplest visit of seeing an elder at Walmart. Audrey saw somebody from Walmart, and he invited her to the meeting, and she actually has the whole thing recorded, the meeting and everything that happens. These brothers are toxic. Our shepherds are toxic. Everything is toxic. If a lot of things are toxic in this world, imagine how toxic it can be in a controlled cult. And but I thought you had a great subject tonight, and I just wanted to add on. And I haven't been on the show in a while, just being busy. But I work Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, so sometimes that's why it was hard for me to do my show. But I miss you, and I wanted to say hi and just leave a comment.
I'm so glad you did. Now, Eric, I have thought about you so much, but I haven't tried to call you because you've moved. You know,
you can call me because I tried to contact you. I was very disappointed that I missed you. I only had one day to make the convention, and it happened to be it was Friday, and you got laid over, and so you didn't make it on Friday because I don't know where you were stuck in, poor thing. But I didn't have it in me to make Saturday or Sunday, just all the changes I had. But I missed you and Stefan to meet you guys, and I was really bummed out about that. But I just wanted to let you both know that I love you.
Hey, Eric. Honey, I love you too. I was so bummed when I found out that you had been there.
Somebody's trying to talk. Who's that?
This is Stefan. I just want to say hello.
Wonderful, Eric.
Hey,
It's Pixie, and I just want to congratulate you and glad everything's turned out so great for you this year.
Thank you, Pixie, and thank you, Stefan, and Anne Marie, of course.
Eric, it's amazing that you. Do you have the same number, Eric?
Yes, I
called
do.
You on? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, give me a call anytime. Give me a call anytime, hon. We can catch up.
I will.
And that goes the same for you too, Stefan. I know I kind of went MIA.
I'll call you during the week.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Oh, great. Okay,
sorry, everybody. I feel like I'm crashing the show.
No.
We missed you.
That's cool.
So good you called in, and please tell Audrey we love her and we're so proud of her.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, who was your sisters? Was that Nadine?
It's Nadine, and I just wanted to say hi to Eric and Stefan and you because we were all together at the convention.
Yeah, it was so great to meet you. It was awesome to meet you, Nadine. You're such a wonderful person.
Oh, thank you, Eric, and I really like you too. And Audrey was a sweetheart. And
Thank
Audrey
you.
and I took a picture together. I think she posted it on Facebook.
She sure did.
But, yeah, but and Stefan was a sweetheart also. Remember, he took us to the airport, and it was really great meeting everybody and meeting Rick too. It was really, really great. It was like I was meeting celebrities. I was meeting celebrities.
We were. We were.
I know.
We were. We were.
I know,
Yep. How you doing,
because
Nadine?
Rick, what?
I said, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Is this Stefan?
It is.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How are you
Good.
doing? How's everybody doing?
Doing great.
Good, good.
Doing
I
great.
just had to come on
Yeah.
because all of you guys are on at the same time. Anne Marie, Stefan,
Right.
Eric. Yeah, it's great. Just wanted to
Yeah.
say hi.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because Eric's been on my mind, and I said I'm going to reach out and see if I can talk to him. And lo and behold, he calls in on the show. I mean, it's just amazing.
I know. I haven't heard from Eric. I was so used to like watching his show on 6 screens, and I'm like, at first I like, who is this guy? Who's this guy doing this? And it was really good because you guys. Well, Eric would have on a lot of guys on the show, like Stefan and Aaron and Gilbert, and you guys were all talking, and I'm like, oh God, I want to see what all these guys what they're thinking, and what they have to say. And
Exactly.
it got kind of crazy at times, but I was just listening. I didn't dare call in, not with all the guys there. So
You know what? I miss it too, and who knows if I can do something in the future, like once in a while, or if my shift ever changes and I have Sunday free.
yeah,
But,
that was a great show. It was a great show.
Yeah, I appreciate all the help I got through too, some hard times, and although I know I helped people as well, but it was good for me too. But yeah, I think the longest show I ever did was like just about 7 hours.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
I used to watch all of it, but I'd watch it the next day. Like
And
I'd listen to it in the morning. Yeah.
If Zachary is listening, I heard from somebody that I'm friends with that he doesn't like me, but I love you, Zachary.
Oh no, that's not good.
Nah, it's okay. I'm not starting trouble. I'm just gonna send love out there anyways. Love you, buddy.
Yeah. Zachary is
if
my
you're listening.
competition. Zachary is my competition on the
Yeah,
diet.
he is, huh?
Yeah, but
We'll have to take him
out.
out.
He knows a lot more than I do because he's Bethel and all that. So, but yeah.
Is this the one I think it is right here?
Dallas.
Yep. It's you. It is. It's great that you joined us.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, everyone, for giving me a warm welcome. I wasn't trying to steal the show, Anne Marie. I promise.
We need to ask Rick. I think we have our brother Joe waiting to come on. Rick, how much time do we have? Have we gone over?
Anne Marie, we got about 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to bring Joe on. So go ahead and do your little thing.
Okay, my brother. Thank you. Eric, we have all missed you, and I'm glad Nadine, or I forgot who it was, said that you've been on their mind. Maybe it was Stefan, because you've been on my mind a lot,
Stefan.
and I couldn't call in. Go ahead.
You've been on my mind
No,
too,
okay,
hon.
that was Stefan.
But yeah, you can call me. You guys can call me anytime. All of you.
Thank you, Eric.
Okay.
Thank you. How are your stepchildren? I want to know how your children are.
They're doing really good. Yeah, they're doing awesome. Elijah just came out and let me know we're going to get a few inches of snow tonight. But yeah, they're doing really good. They're homeschooling, and the kids are wicked smart. And, I wasn't there for it because I was too tired. But them and Audrey, how do you say it? Like the Northern Lights, but what's the other? Oh, I can never say that one. Aurora Borealis. the Northern Lights, basically. But they took pictures of it. It's beautiful. So yeah, everybody's doing good.
That is so amazing.
Anne-Marie?
I'm so happy for you and the family. Yes, do this.
This is Stephen. I just wanted to say one thing just on the topic of what you were talking about. And to me, one of the things that makes Jehovah's Witnesses so toxic is how they break up families. And you can just envision a regular family that somehow gets introduced to Jehovah's Witnesses. And over time, through Bible studies and all the love bombing, and we know all the techniques that they use, and that family becomes a Jehovah's Witness family. And then down the road, maybe the kids decide this isn't for me. Now the parents won't talk to the kids. They're disowned, kicked out of the house, shunned, or maybe one of the parents decide they don't want to be witnesses anymore. They see it's not the truth. Now they're getting a divorce simply because one person, doesn't want to be a Jehovah's Witness anymore, or they isolate themselves from the rest of their family, both sides of their family. So that to me is one of the major areas of how this organization is so damn toxic, the way they just destroy families, all in the name of God, because you don't want to be a part of their cult.
That is so, so true, Stephen. And you guys all know that one of my children went back to the organization, was totally loyal. And my daughter-in-law absolutely doesn't even want to hear my name. I had grandchildren raised to believe that I was an instrument of Satan, that I was evil. And one of my grandsons got married and they had a child. Now I have a great-granddaughter who's over a year old I will never know her. I'm not even allowed to see a picture of her. That's how cold and cruel Watchtower makes quote-unquote normal people behave.
Exactly.
Family is a gift and a relationship that God gave us. The marriage arrangement and family are two things that are from our beautiful Heavenly Father, and yet what does Watchtower do? Destroy families, tear up marriages. Go ahead.
No, I think that's somebody's echo. You were talking.
Okay, so I thank you for that share, Stephen, because it's so true. We probably have 3 minutes, and if it's okay, I just want to say as quickly as I can, how in the world we look back on ourselves as loyal, believing Jehovah's Witnesses, and we can see examples of how we were toxic or how others were toxic, how we were treated by others, how we may have treated others, our attitude toward others, and now how we treated like our non-Jehovah's Witness relatives, how we treated and judged our non-believing marriage mates, our own children, how maybe we were arrogant, self-righteous, in ways that we could be toxic. Maybe we didn't trust others. We doubted their motives, always looking for what's their motive, how we might have been even toxic to ourselves. We may have had addictions. We may have been so messed up we had to get drugs like Prozac or anxiety medicine or depression medicine or sleep medication, or a lot of sisters in my congregation were on diet pills. Basically, it was straight speed. They even got me to get on straight speed. And a lot of self-blame, thinking you're not good enough, self-loathing, unable to have an honest and healthy relationship. These are all symptoms of being toxic and having toxicity evidence in our own self. Would anybody like to share a final thought? We need to end the show. Anybody have a final thought?
Hi, can I jump in a second? This is
Of
Joe.
course. Hi, Joe.
Hello. Great comments tonight. Great topic. In fact, I think we're on the same wavelength. I just had a discussion, and we made a short video. It was about how the public is becoming aware of the toxicity of Jehovah's Witnesses, of the members, and frankly, we're helping them, because everybody that comes into our shop, we have a discussion with them. And what's hopeful is that Sweden now is looking at them and it's basically a threat to the public health, their teachings. And other countries are as well. And I'm pretty sure this country is going to follow suit. I know we're doing our part to make people aware, because
yes, you are.
The ones we talk to, they know Jehovah's Witnesses come to the door, but they're very secretive. They do not know the interior world of the witness and the sicknesses that they have. Well, they're becoming to know it more and more. And everything that you all and we all can do to share with the public is gonna help greatly.
Well, you and Fran are doing a phenomenal job. You are doing such an incredible job with your show and your kindness. And I'm so glad I got to finally meet you and your beautiful wife. You have so much love.
You too.
Hi, Anne Marie. Hi.
Yay. Hi. Hi, how are you?
Fran. Yeah, say hi to Anne Marie, Nadine, Stefan, Eric, everyone, Dallas, everyone on Six Screens.
Yeah. Well, thank you for giving us a chance.
Yeah, I'm so glad you guys called in. You know, this idea of how toxic the Watchtower is and how toxic the environment was and how toxic it was for all of us, I think it was a good subject, something good to talk about. Any final thought, because we really are over time. Any final thought that somebody needs to share quickly? Oh, one and a two and a... Okay, we're going to end the show. I want to thank my beautiful Six Screens family, everyone who called in. I want to thank Nicole, RJ, Kurt. I want to thank Dixie and Ken, King of the Dark, and his beautiful poem, Always More. I want to thank Barrett. Thank God he finally called in and say hello to his beautiful wife, Audrey. Want to thank Nadine, Stephen, Dallas, and Joe and Fran. We need to wrap it up, and we need to go to our dear brother Rick, our faithful brother Rick, and we're going to go to our brother Joe. We haven't heard from him in a while. Rick?
Yes, Anne-Marie. Well, thank you very much, Anne-Marie. Very good program. Lots of people listening in, and we're so happy over that. As the colder weather is settling in, we're getting more and more people coming into the Six Screens. Well, we got a very special program. Why? I will tell you why it's special. We have a man. His name is Joe D'Addario. Joe is out in Colorado. Joe is a former elder, and he wants to talk to you folks tonight about the extreme activity that he witnessed while he was one of Jehovah's Witness elders. The name of his program, The Tale of Two Manipulated Experiences That Affected Lives. Yes, indeed, Joe knows. Many, many people have been affected. Their lives have really been destroyed because of the Watchtower organization. We're bringing Joe on next. Don't go anywhere. Joe will be with us. Hang in, stay on this Facebook channel, stay on our radio network, stay on our YouTube channels. So thank you very much for listening in to Anne-Marie. We're going to our other program now. So thank you for being with us and spending some time with Anne-Marie here tonight on her Touched by the Tentacles of the Watchtower program. Thank you. All right.